So just continuing where we left off, I'm just going through and lighting the inside of this dome. Notice how it gets brightest towards that edge right there. And notice how I didn't try to stay within the lines. I can just cut it off later. This white, I need to bring it up to match the archway that's cutting it off. There we go. And I can use a little bit of blue. Look how saturated that blue is, right? So I'm just going through and just hitting it very gently. Got to develop a light touch with the stylus. There's a whole fresco in there, but I don't really feel like going in there and dealing with it. But I am going to go and just try and make these few scribbles. I'm going to try and make them adhere to the inside of this dome. So it's just a suggestion of detail, but this suggestion of detail is mapped on the inside of this bowl, this inverted bowl. Okay. Now I've got one dark line. This is the, see where it's been carved right there. So I have to also similarly, I find where's one side, where's the middle, where's the bottom edge, subdivide. I work in there. Then I subdivide once more. I mean, I could zoom in, but when you paint traditionally, you don't get the luxury of zooming. So I'm going to try and avoid doing any of that zooming stuff. I will zoom out though, just, now we can, this is like standing back. Alright, look at that. It's pretty cool, eh? It's like magic. Okay. So that goes all the way down there. Always having to correct things. This is, again, the reason why I don't dilly-dally in one place for too long, because you might find as you work on the rest of the image that you screwed up somewhere, and then you wind up having to fix it, and all your time spent in that one little region goes out the window. See how bright this yellow brush is? And you just have to use the softest touch. Because this yellow brush, this is the color of the light. If I ever have, I'm lighting all these areas with this yellow brush. That was a little too hard. There's another area, I'm painting with the light. There. And I'm going to find all the other areas that are hit by that same light. It's just like when I was working with the white earlier. It's the same deal. So I'm going to just hit those few areas. Where else is using it? Ah, down there. And this one little guy over here, this one little lone artificial light. And I guess there's some over here and here, but I think I'll probably be painting over them soon enough. Ah, you've got this orange, the artificial light striking down there. So you have to constantly look over the entire image to find where to put those few strokes. God, it's fun. I'll be honest. I'm having a lot of fun right now. It's great. It's something that it's the ultimate escape, it's so much fun to be able to just when you paint and you know how to study the image, it's like you're actually there. And it was a really nice cathedral when I was there. It's beautiful. And painting this photograph, getting me to look at the photograph in the way it just gets you to look at the photograph as if you were actually there. It's a level of immersion, that you can't get any other way. Just having to get all these other columns. This is my first time painting a church cathedral. Would you believe it? I've never painted a church cathedral before. This is because before it just seemed too complex. I just didn't know how to handle it. But, if you have the basics, it doesn't matter. You can approach unfamiliar subjects for the first time, and it'll turn out okay. Because it all comes down to being able to digest everything as a bunch of simple surfaces. A bit of lit like there. Now we have, see, it's dark up here, then it becomes lighter down there. Why is that? Where is that light coming from? You got to ask yourself these things. Why is it lit? Why is it brighter there? There has to be either a light source, a direct light source that light is spilling onto, or there must be an indirect light source, something else nearby that is brightly lit. And I think that some of that bright light is probably coming off of some of these pillars here. Although these pillars are black, the other side must be very, very bright, and some of that light must be spilling back. So, it's don't just copy the colors. Understand the light that is responsible for making those colors. And then these areas are inky black, but they're a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna I don't know, I'm gonna try something. I'm just gonna take this big fat brush and just hit it once. Oh wow, hey, I kind of like it. This is what I love. I love being able to just this type. It's discovery. You paint. You there. This isn't perfectly black. That's just a little bit lighter. It's maybe kind of slightly tinted there. Maybe I'll just use a big brush and then just fill it in. Oh, that was too hard, but I kind of like it. So just taking this big brush and filling in these areas that are black. Okay, now let's see. These areas aren't that black. They're kind of that color there. So let me just hit that and fill it in. It works. It works. It really does work. Oh no, that was bad. Shouldn't have done it on that one. But man, what a lot of fun this is. This is take the orange. See, we got an orange light there, so I'm gonna take a really, really bright orange and then just be really gentle with it. And same here, I'm just be really gentle with it. And that's what you do in the shadows is you choose the bright color, but you're just really gentle with it. And use a thin brush, just a light touch. Because if you ever need it to go bright, you just hit it hard. Just hit it really hard and it'll do its thing. Now I got these little white highlights there. Hit those. Oops. Little white highlights. This is how we get the details in there. There's that little white there. And all these areas here, where you see where I've gone and I've blasted over with a giant brush, I can just take a thin brush and let's see that little carving there. Let me just start at the top, go to the end, then make the line meet.